How's it going, people? We got a bunch of hero balance changes last week. What you're looking at now is a complete list of those changes, and I'll leave a link to where I found this list in the description if you want to go check it out, because I'm not going to go over each of these. Instead, we're just going to be focusing on the changes that were made to Warden Kyle. And it's actually been a minute since I've reviewed Warden Kyle. I believe the last time I reviewed him, his name wasn't even Warden Kyle. It was Blitz and Base Kyle. And it was about 6.5 years ago. So yeah, it's been a while. Anyways, first thing I want to do is take a look at what his perks used to look like before last week's update and compare them to the perks that he has now. So here's what his perks look like now. And here's what his perks used to look like before. So the description before said allies standing on structures affected by your base heal for 3.75 base health every 1 second. And if we compare that to now, it says allies standing on structures affected by your base heal for 22.5 base health and 2 energy every 1 second. And the effect continues for 3 seconds after moving off the structure. So the heal went from 3.75 base health to 22.5. And not only do you get health now, but you also get energy. And it's also going to last for 3 seconds even after you move off the structure for every second that you stand on the structure. And this effect continues for 3 seconds even after you move off of the base. So you get healed much more compared to before. You also get energy, which you used to not be able to. And the effect continues even if you move off of the base. When it comes to commander perks, the description used to say, allies standing on structures affected by your base heal for 11.25 base health every 1 second. But after the update, it now heals for 33.75 base health and 3 energy every second you stand on the base. And it'll also continue for 3 seconds even after you move off of it. So his base gives a lot more health now compared to before. It also gives energy, which it used to not be able to. And it continues for at least 3 seconds even if you move off of the base. So that's sort of the difference between Warden Kyle then and Warden Kyle now. Definitely a lot better now compared to before. I also want to show each of his styles. We have a total of 6 different skins, and you'll unlock these the more you level him up. I noticed that when I selected the style and tried to view it in the locker, it wouldn't show me, but it should show the correct style once you load into the mission. So the one we're going to use is this very last one, this one right here. And watch, after I select it, we go back. You don't really see it here, but hopefully once we load in, we'll be able to see the correct edit styles. But yeah, those are all his different skins, and he only has 2 different edit styles for his back bling. One's brown and the other one's red. We're actually going to try a couple of different loadouts. For our team perk, we're going to try the 1-2 punch for a couple of reasons. For one, I never use this team perk. And for 2, I plan on spamming our heavy attack during the gameplay. Since we're going to be getting our energy back now, we should be able to use it more often. We may also test it with Underdog just to see how much health we can get. But for now, we're going to be using a 1-2 punch. And for our support team, we have Electro Pulse Penny, Dark Vanguard Earhart, Thunder Thora, Power Pop Penny, and the Ice King. And again, we may try a few different loadouts, but this is the one we're going to start off with. And the mission we're going to do is this power level 140, repair the shelter. His base is so powerful, it even heals you after you die, people. Wow, I got full health even though I'm down.
My death was greatly exaggerated.
So the first thing I want to do is see how much health we get now by just standing on the base. So right now we're at 314. So it looks like we get about 24,000 health every time it ticks. So every second we get 24,000 health by just standing on our base. It's still not as good as the campfire when it comes to how much health you get per second. So let's see, right now we are at 349,000, and it took us up to like 387 within a second. It actually ticked twice within about a second. So we got almost twice as much health within about a second compared to our base. But the reason I still prefer this base over campfires is because this doesn't require any resources, and it'll still heal you up really fast, just not as fast as the campfire. I also wanted to test it with the Underdog team perk just to see how much health we can get from it. Right now we're at 129,000 health, and you do have to have Husk get close to you in order to get that Underdog effect. And we went up to 159,000. So we got about 30,000 health instead of 24,000 when we used the Underdog team perk. But again, for the mission, we're going to be using 1-2 punch. Alright, so usually it takes about 3 seconds for our energy to start recharging. Let's see, when we use our heavy attack, about 2 to 3 seconds before our energy starts recharging. But when we do it on the base, let's see what happens. Oh look, it started going up right away. It went from like 42 to 45 right away. So although you don't really get a whole lot of energy, I believe we only got like 3 per second. Right now we are at 44, 47, 50, yeah. So I think you get like 3 energy per second while standing on the base. The thing with energy though is that it usually starts going up almost right away. So you see right there, we don't have to wait long before our energy starts recharging. But there are certain instances where this could be even more useful. Let's say if you're fighting against nature enemies, or let's say if you're in the blasted badlands, for example, where you have to build up your energy. So in those type of situations, I feel like this base could really be useful. Look, we can't even die in a storm just standing on our base. Oh, that was another thing that was changed, by the way. Even if you walk off of it, you still get the effects. So right now we are at 230,000. We walk on it, 248. We walk off, 263, 282, and then it starts going back down again. So even if you walk off your base for a few seconds, you'll still get the effects from it. So yeah, it's definitely a lot better compared to what it was like before. I also want to see if the energy boost will increase the amount of energy we get, since it increases our total amount of energy. And let's see how much it goes up now when we use our heavy attack. It still went up by 3 with every tick. Went from 61, 64, 67. So the energy boost won't really affect the amount of energy you get from your base. I also want to see if the healing boost will increase the amount of health we get. Let's see, if we stand on our base with the healing boost, brought us from 177 to 201. So it's still roughly about 24,000 health. So it doesn't look like that boost really affects Warden Kyle's base either. But yeah, that sums up all the changes that were made to Warden Kyle's base. Anyways, let's go ahead and start the mission. So it's actually been a while since we've done a review, man. It's feels weird. Feels like I just relapsed. It can also help when it comes to defenders. Just make sure they walk on your base. Basically, I'm gonna put my base on the first floor just so we can really take advantage of the perks we get on it. Usually I put it on the top of the roof in the middle, but this time we're gonna put it right here just so we can make sure we get healed when we walk around our base and get our energy back. So that may be something you want to keep in mind when playing with Warden Kyle. Base placement is sort of important. The reason I chose this particular hero loadout is because I wanted to see what it would look like when we spam our heavy attacks with Warden Kyle. Normally I would use heroes like Power Base Constructors, Base Kyle, Ice King. I did switch up this Constructor loadout just so we can spam our heavy attacks. Oh, here we go, Cook, get ready. Hopefully we get nature. Oh, we got fire enemies. Well, that's alright. The reason I wanted nature enemies is because I wanted to see how good his base refills your energy whenever you get attacked by nature enemies. I should probably wait till they get closer to the base. Let's go ahead and take out these flingers first. But when it comes to Warden Kyle, he's definitely better than he used to be, right? He's way more useful. The situations I feel like he would be best to use are against nature enemies, because you get energy back from your base. I also feel like he's really good if you plan on spamming your heavy attack. So let's go ahead and use it since we're here. If you like spamming your heavies, I feel like he would be a really good hero to use. And there's one of his voice lines, by the way. I didn't really show his voice lines because, I mean, they're the same as all Kyle voice lines. And another situation I would really recommend using Warden Kyle in is in the Blasted Badlands Venture Zone, because you sort of have to refill your energy when playing in that Venture Zone. And if you lay one of his bases down, you'll be able to refill it very easily. So again, I would recommend it against Nature Husk. I would also recommend it if you want to spam your heavy attacks. And I feel like he will also really be good when it comes to Blasted Badlands. Cookie mini bosses out. You got a slow field?
No.
I can push him off.
Nope, but I got turrets.
Get off my wall. Oh, he broke the wall. Cook. Yeah, turrets help. He's tank, corrosive healer. Oh, I didn't mean to do.
Oh, there's some other. There's some
Dude, where'd he go?
flingers.
He teleported.
Oh, I'm trying to take
Yeah,
out
try to get the flingers. I'll focus on mini boss. I also want to use our plasma pulse if we can. I actually wanted to use my heavy attack even more, but it's kind of hard to when he's inside the building. We still got a minute. Try to help me kill this mini boss, Cook. We still got a minute. We can probably get him.
Alright. I'm gonna block this place.
Oh, there's a plasma pulse. There we go. We got him. Hell yeah. For like the first time ever, I would actually recommend getting Warden Kyle. Usually he becomes available during the Winterfest season, so sort of near Christmas. Should be able to get him from the Christmas llamas, or you could just research it from the collection book. But definitely one of the better constructors after last week's update. Also, in terms of healing, like I showed earlier, he doesn't quite heal you as much compared to the campfire or healing pads, but he still heals you a lot very quickly, and it doesn't cost any materials to place your base down. So in terms of healing, I feel like he's probably one of the best heroes to use in Save the World. In terms of getting your energy back, I wouldn't necessarily say he's the best. I feel like Anti-Cuddle Sarah, Love Ranger Jonesy. Speaking of which, both of those are currently in the event shop. I feel like those heroes could refill your energy a little bit better. But yeah, after this last update, I would throw him in that group as well when it comes to refilling your energy. But yeah, those are sort of my first impressions when it comes to Warden Kyle. Let me know what you all think about him in the comments below, and let me know which hero you all would like us to take a look at next. Anyways, that'll do it for this one. Big shout out to Cookie for helping us out. I hope y'all have a wonderful day, and thanks for watching.